It is our constant endeavor to improve and expand the visa services.
বিদায়ী বছর বাংলাদেশি নাগরিকদের জন্য আমরা 15 লাখ ভিসা ইস্যু করেছি। ভিসা সেবার প্রসার ও উন্নয়নে আমাদের নিরন্তর প্রচেষ্টা রয়েছে। এজন্য আমরা আমাদের সরঞ্জাম ও উপকরণগুলোর উন্নয়ন করেছি, যেন সুন্দর একটি ভিসা ব্যবস্থাপনার মাধ্যমে আরও ভালো ভিসা সেবা আমরা বাংলাদেশি নাগরিকদের দিতে পারি।
By improving infrastructure at other land ports and also by increasing the number of land ports without trade restrictions. Removing trade restrictions would also incentivize more investments in development of other land ports, thereby boosting bilateral trade. We are conscious of the importance of railways in revolutionizing transport logistics and raise the scale, efficiency and returns of our economic engagement. We have already restored 5 of the 7 pre-1965 cross-border railway links and are operating 3 cross-border passenger trains along them. We are taking up several projects for augmenting railway infrastructure, including those providing cross-border linkages, such as the new Akhbor-Agartala railway line. But the future obviously is in multimodal connectivity, which includes road and rail inland waterways and also coastal shipping. The recent launch of the longest river cruise, Ganga Vilas, which traversed through Bangladesh through a 3,200-kilometer long riverine passage, is an example of the power of rivers to connect our two countries. There is a renewed focus on harnessing this riverine power to greater effect in connecting our people and businesses. The Protocol on Inland Waterways, Trade and Transit, PIWTT, which has been operational since 1972, has helped us in using the river systems of India and Bangladesh on 10 protocol routes. According to traffic statistics, the quantity of goods transported via these protocol routes has gone up by 29 times since 2001. Nearly 99% of the cargo on the protocol routes is carried by Bangladesh vessels, with a clear economic benefit for the shipping industry here. And nearly all the cargo has been for bilateral trade. We would like to move forward towards even greater utilization of the river transport for trade and travel. We have concluded a bilateral agreement on the use of Chattogram and Bangla ports, whereby goods can be transported to India's northeastern region from the rest of India and returned through the 2 Bangladeshi ports. While for us, this will reduce time and cost of transportation to our northeastern states, for Bangladesh, this arrangement will generate revenue and create significant economic gains for the logistics and service industry, such as insurance, transport and finance, etc., which will facilitate the transshipment. We also believe that the geographical proximity between our northeast and Bangladesh positions Bangladesh in a unique position to take advantage of the investment opportunities and economic opportunities that emerge from the development that are taking place in our northeastern states. Just as we look to improve connectivity of our northeastern states through Bangladesh, we are also encouraging transit facilities for Bangladesh to export its products to third countries through specified land customs stations, airports and seaports in India. A recent initiative in this regard is the addition of Kolkata and Delhi airports as transshipment hubs for export cargo from Bangladesh to other countries. This will give Bangladesh businesses more options for export to third countries. We are also interested in expeditiously exploring direct shipping links between the 2 countries through a bilateral coastal shipping agreement. We are keen to work towards the expansion of this agreement to include third country trade cargo, which will immensely help Bangladesh's global exports and make them more cost effective. India and Bangladesh are also partnering to develop infrastructure of 3 major ports in Bangladesh. Connectivity is not limited to just road, rail, inland waterways and coastal shipping. It also includes energy and digital connectivity, and we are equally focused on them. An important example is the India-Bangladesh Friendship Pipeline, which has been completely built with Indian funding and inaugurated by our two prime ministers in March this year. The pipeline has a capacity to transport 1 million metric tons per annum of high-speed diesel to Bangladesh from a refinery in Assam in a sustainable, reliable and cost-effective way with minimal carbon footprint. It has the potential to change the energy supply landscape in northern Bangladesh and help fuel further development in the region and the country. At a time when the world is facing energy shortage and supply challenges, the pipeline is a vivid example of the cooperation between our two countries, contributing to Bangladesh's energy security. Through our concessional financing programs, Government of India has also taken up some critical infrastructure projects in the power and energy sector. These include the 1320 megawatt Maitri Super Thermal Power Plant at Rampal, the transmission lines for power evacuation from the Rupur Nuclear Power Project, the 400 kilovolt transmission line project from Barapukuria, Bogura, Kaliakwai, the LED street lights project in Chattogram, and the Madarganj 100 megawatt solar power plant in Sheikh Hasina Solar Park in Jabalpur. India is also engaged with Bangladesh in its Rupur nuclear power project, providing technical consultancy and supplying some of its subsystems. Another important project that has the potential to revolutionize intra-regional electricity trade is our proposal for a 765 kilovolt cross-border electricity connection between India and Bangladesh. It can be a starting point to develop a synchronous and robust grid interconnection between our two countries and enable Bangladesh to take advantage of cheaper electricity options, including renewable energy from India and other neighboring countries. To the members of IBFB, I would like to say that there is tremendous scope for the private sector to play a constructive role in developing bonded warehouses, container rail and trade handling infrastructure, and other logistics facilities as our trade and connectivity engagement grows. There is also need for sectoral and cross-sectional investment missions, road shows and capacity building, as well as greater connection and collaboration between our SMEs. We will urge IBFB to take the lead in connecting our businesses, including our SMEs, closer together. One of the facilitators for enhancing commerce and trade ties between the two countries, and I'm sure there is a great degree of interest among IBFB members, is also faster and simpler processing of visas as well as longer term visas for the business community. It is our constant endeavor to improve and expand the visa services that we offer, and in this context we are really trying to improve our resources to better handle the huge volume of visa requests that we are now receiving. Last year alone, we have issued more than 15 lakh visas, which include a large number of business visas to members of business community of Bangladesh. Our economic and commerce team in the High Commission is committed to helping you. Please do reach out to them for any trade, investment and travel related concerns. To sum up my points, I would say that the need of the hour is to aim towards greater sub-regional cooperation, greater integration and greater connectivity. As far as India and Bangladesh are concerned, the fact that both our economies have grown at high rates during the same time that our connectivity links have also grown shows that greater interlinkages between our economies have mutually rewarded and reinforced each other's growth. The time is opportune for the business community to come forward to identify the synergies that exist in order to transform our geographical proximity into economic opportunities, leverage each other's strengths and comparative advantages, and utilize the framework of connectivity that are in place. Before I conclude, let me reiterate that India and Bangladesh share a unique and special relationship that is unlike any other bilateral relations in the world. It is more than a strategic partnership. Our ties are linked by shared history, geography, language, culture, and deep mutual empathy. They are based on shared values and interests, but most importantly, They are rooted in our shared sacrifices of the Liberation War of 1971. Guided by the same spirit of camaraderie and interdependence, I hope that our interaction today will be a useful anchor in a long-standing, meaningful and productive relationship between IBFB and our High Commission, and will help us in taking forward our mutually beneficial partnership to newer heights.